Well, hello again. We'll continue with what we were doing. This time we'll take out some of the visual supports that you're relying on. No more mountains and hills, just numbers. See if you can do this just by looking at it. 0.73. Now you can imagine where that lies. We've done that here, so you know that it rolls backwards, if you remember, and goes to 7/10. So imagine likewise 0.85. That'll be at the peak of 0.8 and 0.9, right? So 0.85 will roll to the right, along the right slope downwards towards 0.90 or 0.9. Very good. That's how you think about it. What about 0.89? Where will that be? Where will that roll? 0.89 is still in the region between 0.85 and 0.90. So it'll also roll towards 0.9. What about 0.94? 94 is just before 0.95. 95 is at the peak of 0.9 and 1 whole. So this is going to roll backwards towards 0.90. It rolls back to 0.9. There you got it. That's how we convert. Now that you've done all of these, you should be able to see some patterns here. Let's look at some patterns here. 0.63 converts to 0.6. So 4.63 will convert to 4.6. If I put whole numbers here, it won't make any difference. 2.46 is the same as 2.5 if you write it in tenths. 9.14, if you want to change it to tenths, you write 9.1. 3.55, you'll write it as 3.6. Same thing here, 6.73, written as 6.7 in the tenths. 4.85, that means 4 whole things and 85 hundredths. You'll write it as 4 whole things and 9 tenths. It's roughly the same. 1.89, which is 1 whole and 89 hundredths. That becomes what? Who can say what this is? 1 whole and 9 tenths. If you want to write it roughly in terms of tenths. 0.94, you want to express it in slightly larger terms. Hundredths is too fine. You can round it up to 0.9. So if it's 8.94, it's 8.9. 7.07, and so on. You get the idea. So looking at the whole number shouldn't make any difference. The main thing is to look at the hundredths and turn those into tenths. The whole number makes not a jot of a difference. Okay, 7.06. How much will that be in tenths? You know, 7 is a whole number. It won't make any difference. Think about 0.06. 6 hundredths. That'll be roughly how many tenths? You got 0 here, you got 0.05 here, and you got 0.10 here. 0.05, 0.10. It's on this slope, isn't it? 0.05, 0.06, and all the way to 0.10. So it'll roll down to 0.10. So the answer is 7.10 or just 7.1. What about this? 0.92. Where will this roll down to? Now we know 92. This is between 0.90, 0.95 on top, and then 1 whole on the right slope at the bottom. 0.9, 0.95, 1 whole. So it'll go back to 0.9. What about 1.02? So this is again 1.02. 1 remains the same, 0.2. That'll roll down to 0. So it'll be just 1.0. What about 2.64? 64 will roll down to 0.6. If 4 is less than 5, we just make 6 there. If 9 is more than 5, you turn this to 9. You increase it by 1. Same rule. So this becomes 2.9. Similarly, 0.68 is close to 70, so 8 is more than 5, increase 6 to 7, and so it becomes 4.7. Try this one now. What will this be? Very good, 5.8, excellent. What about this? 8.94, round it off to tenths. This is less than 5, so this doesn't change, so this remains 8.9. 5.73 less than 5, this doesn't change, this is zeroed out, it's 5.7. Okay, look at the pattern here. 2.46, look at these, the ones in red, they all increase. 2.46 becomes 2.5. 2.89 becomes 2.9, 4.68 becomes 4.7. While here, nothing changes. So let's remove all the others, no distractions here, and let's examine the patterns here. It was what we just explained, that 2.46, this 6 is more than 5, and so this 4 will increase by 1 to become 2.5. Similarly, over here, this 9 is more than 5, so 8 will increase by 1 to make it 2.9. 8 is more than 5, so 6 will increase by 1 and become 4.7. While here, 3 is less than 5, it doesn't change the number 7. 3 is reduced to 0 because if it's less than 5, we'll assume it's going towards 0. 4 is less than 5, so it just stays 2.6, no effect on 6, no increase. So round off the hundredths to the tenths here. What's the answer? Quick. 12.6, very good. It's more than 5, so this becomes 6. Excellent. 12.54, what does that become? That's right, it stays 12.5, 4 disappears because it's less than 5. So it's 12.5. What about 12.55? 12.55. This is equal to 5, so we'll assume this rolls all the way. This one will increase because this goes up towards 10. 55 becomes 60, so it becomes 6.60. So it'll be 12.6. There it is. You've got it all. It needs a little bit more practice, and as you practice more, you get better and better, and it starts to come naturally, almost intuitively. So keep practicing. Don't let go. You don't practice, you'll start to forget, you'll start to slip, and then you'll have to start all over again. So keep practicing until the whole thing holds together, and you can nudge it, you can budge it, you can punch it. It's like a solid block, a solid tower of learning, and it won't fall no matter what. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.